I'm an artist with 5+ years of experience in art and design, and today the topic of this week's video is adding finishing effects in your art. And make sure that you keep watching until the end because I'm going to be giving some extra composition tips you can also use to make your art look finished. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So one of the first things you can do to make your art look more finished is adjusting the colors, and there are two different ways to do this. You can use just one or you can use both methods in the artwork, which I recommend doing. First, edit the colors by using the Curves tool, and if you use Procreate, just go to the magic wand tool thingy and click the Curves button that pops up. Just play around a lot with the different colors, and you can also click these buttons on the side to adjust the different colors. Experiment with the color schemes you can make with this tool in case you find one you like better than the original colors. And the next method that you can use to adjust colors to your liking is gradient maps. For Procreate users, again, just press the same button we pressed before and then click Gradient Maps in the drop-down section. But before you do that, you need to do this one thing I'm about to tell you, otherwise it won't work as well. So merge all of the layers of your artwork into one and copy them onto a brand new layer. Then you can select whichever gradient map you want and make sure it's on the copied layer and then just lower the opacity of that layer. Now, another thing that I always do to make my artworks better is I use blur tools. You can use any blur tool, but for me, the perspective blur is my favorite. I also love the effect chromatic aberration gives. My advice is to only use it in small amounts, and only if it fits the theme of the illustration. If you want to use it in Procreate, click the magic wand button again and select chromatic aberration this time. And a good way to increase the quality of your artworks is to use screen tones. However, it's very important that you use them sparingly and selectively. And it also looks better if you fade the screen tone slightly on the edges. And now it's time for some quick composition tips. I don't remember who I saw this from, but after I tried this tip, I was amazed at how much of a difference this makes. And it's to take your artworks and tilt them to the side a bit. It makes everything look more dynamic, and it also increases the smoothness of the direction of a viewer's eye. And another thing you can do is just place a few random objects that fit the theme of the artwork in the foreground of the canvas, and then blur it. I feel like it just makes everything look just so much better and cleaner. But most of these tips would be pretty useless if you don't already have a solid lighting technique. So if you want to learn one, I'll put 2 of my lighting videos at each side of the screen. And click on one if you're interested.